So I really kind of hated to bring you this episode or this content. I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the Colorado and the check engine light that's on my dash right now. I hope you can hear me. The microphone, I have not charged it recently, so this may be a little bit, I'll try to make the audio the best I can. So a little bit after I'd done the lights in the bed, I had a check engine light come on. I don't think there's any correlation. This was after the off-roading that I'd done in the video that you will see after this little talking point. Still, I don't think there's any correlation to me off-roading either, because it didn't bottom out, didn't really have a lot of, and I cleaned off everything. I always keep it really clean on the underside and the engine bay, everything like that. So the check engine light, the code started out as a P0641, which is an electrical code. It's for a sensor, doesn't really give any specifics. The OnStar app actually tells me that it's somewhere in the transmission, engine, and it's also saying it's an electrical issue. Still yet, not very specific. Looked it up online. P0641 is common among several different vehicles. It's not GM specific. It can mean a sensor is just not reading or sending. It's a 5 volt, I think a 5 volt signal to the PCM. So it can even be the PCM having some issues. You know, a lot of the times, from my understanding, the Colorado's had some transmission issues, which has made some sense to me because this thing has recently, since this has been happening, the check engine light will go off after about 4 or 5 key cycles, stay off for about 150 miles, and then come back on. But when it comes back on here recently, it will kick really hard. It'll buck. It'll almost sound like a horrible noise. Then the check engine light will come on. So it made sense it was something transmission, maybe even like what I've heard a lot of people say with transmission recently about the valve body going bad. And it still may be that. But today driving it, I drove not very far. It's been coming on more frequent here recently. It threw quite a slew of codes, not just the P0641, which was the one code that it was throwing. It threw a camshaft sensor code, injector code, I think misfire code on startup, I think it was on cylinder 1, but then it threw a misfire on cylinder 6, which we know that this does not have 6 cylinders, there's only 4 cylinders. So just, it's got a lot of different codes. Now the OBD reader I'm using for this is not the greatest OBD2 reader. It's Amazon special. So I mean, it might have got some of the codes wrong, but it's definitely telling me a lot more codes than it did originally, the P0641. So I'm going to go take it and drop it off at the dealership and see exactly what they say. There's several different little things I want them to look at. I have had the infamous coolant smell that a lot of the Colorado or the 3rd gen Colorado owners have experienced. Just want to be fully transparent. I've had that since brand new. I thought at first it might have been just the cap, and I took the cap off, put it back on, went away for quite some time, but it came back. So heck, it may just be a bad cap. It could be the reservoir itself. I don't know. Personally, I have warranty. I don't want to have to deal with it. I paid quite a significant amount of money for a brand new truck. It should be, fixed under warranty. Though I will fix those things if they are able to find it. I'm not, against doing that if I have to make it right. But I would rather them fix it because, that's what you somewhat pay for when you buy a brand new vehicle. Up until this point, I will say I've taken a truck to one other dealership. I will not mention their name, but I will say that experience was probably the worst dealership experience I've ever had. I don't think, I like the truck. I like, this is the first truck I've ever owned. But in terms of driving the truck, it seems like it's good and meets my needs. It's, comparable to my Jeep. In a sense, it will get me where I want to go. It's small enough, but yet it's large enough to carry the things I feel like I would want to carry. Plus, it's went off-road, and I think it'll continue to go off-road the places that I want to go off-road to. So I am content. However, it's put into question about my thoughts about the reliability long term. Will I keep it? Yes. I mean, I'm going to plan on keeping it. I may end up buying some warranty if it keeps this up, because this is I think the second time I've had it to the dealership over something this is the most major. The first time it was over a noise under acceleration, which, thinking about it, that may be something that was kind of dealing with this. I don't know. It sounded like almost detonation, which if these codes are crankshaft position sensor codes and injector codes, that makes sense. It just took a while for it to actually show anything, show a sign of it. Kind of makes me wonder, though, how much damage could be potentially done to the engine long term if it was starving itself of fuel. But, that's what warranty's for, I guess. I hope it's just, we'll see long term wise what happens, and keep an eye on the oil, which the oil, checked it, keep eyes on it. It's still maintaining at full level. In comparison to the Mustang, I will say I know it's two totally different vehicles, and also my WRX I owned. I will say I've had more trouble out of this one than those, for sure. Mustang, I only had it to the dealership one time. I bought it used, but I did take it in when I first bought it for an oil leak. It was a driver's side valve cover, which is a very common issue on the 5.0. Ford dealership was very awesome. They fixed it the same day. It was, they ordered it. They ordered the parts. They came back and they fixed it the same day, and that was it. It was done, over with. Hasn't had any problems since. I'm hoping I have a good experience with this dealership. I will say, from what I've experienced so far with Chevy, they seem very booked up. I don't know if that could be a bad sign. I guess it sounds like it could be, because I know there's a lot of recalls right now on Chevy. So I don't know. I mean, if you're really in the market for a new vehicle, I don't know if I can recommend a Chevy at the moment. I will say that they're probably one of the better looking trucks, in my opinion, out there. That's my opinion. But I don't know. It's still, I got 10,000 miles on the truck. It's very early to tell if it's going to be a great truck long term. I'm hopeful. I do plan on keeping the truck because I like it, but I hope that it does prove me wrong in a sense of the reliability standpoint. Because I do want to do a couple more things to it. But I do want to keep the truck long term, I think. It's something that I enjoy this truck quite a bit. But I'll keep you posted. This is just my thoughts, just wanting to kind of keep you updated in a sense of the potential problems, or check engine light. I guess that I don't know exactly what it could be, what could be causing it. I guess we'll find out. This video may include some footage from a mountain drive. I don't know if I'll include it all or just a smidgen of it. I want to be able to continue to give you all good footage or good content. I do want to mix up some, go between my Mustang and also the Colorado content as well. But I don't want to make this video super lengthy either. But anyways, I hope you all enjoy me for the next video. Until next time.